Hi, I'm James Haywood. Welcome to turkslearnenglish.com. Today I'm reading an article that is suitable for IELTS students and for intermediate to upper intermediate learners of English. It's an article dealing with science and technology and how our bodies have changed the way we sleep and wake because of electrical light. The article is called Carry On Camping. Can a week under canvas reset our body clocks? Researchers say that camping for a week can reset the biological clock that governs our sleeping patterns. The scientists argue that modern life disrupts our sleep through exposure to electric light and reduced access to sunlight. But after spending time in the great outdoors, the researchers say the body clocks of 8 volunteers synchronized with sunrise and sunset. The research has been published in the journal Current Biology. All life forms on Earth have evolved biological rhythms that anticipate sunrise and sunset. Researchers have found that the widespread availability of electric lighting from the 1930s onwards has affected our internal circadian clocks, allowing us to stay up much later than evolution intended. The scientists in this study first analyzed a small group of volunteers as they went about their normal lives and recorded their exposure to natural and artificial light. By looking at levels of the hormone melatonin, they concluded that the lighting of our modern environment causes around a 2-hour delay in circadian clocks. Melatonin rises just before we go to sleep and decreases through the night until we wake up. The study participants tended to stay up until after midnight and to wake up around 8 in the morning. Their melatonin levels, however, were still high for several hours after they got up, indicating they were out of sync with their natural rhythms. The scientists then took the volunteers camping for a week in Colorado. Flashlights and electronic devices were banned. The only nighttime light was the glow of a campfire. The result was that the waking and sleeping patterns of all 8 volunteers synchronized with the rising and the setting of the sun. They all shifted to an earlier time, said Professor Kenneth Wright from the University of Colorado in Boulder. Everyone's clock shifted, but those later night owls shifted to an even greater extent. What surprised the scientific team was the increase in the amount of sunlight the volunteers experienced through their camping experience, around 400% more than they were normally exposed to. We think that modern electric lighting patterns and a reduction in exposure to sunlight are contributing to later sleep schedules and difficulties with alertness in the morning, said Professor Wright. After exposure to the natural light-dark cycle, melatonin levels were low just before the volunteers woke up, suggesting our brain is starting to promote wakefulness after we have been exposed to these natural cues. While the sleeping patterns of the volunteers shifted back about 2 hours, the total amount of time they spent sleeping stayed the same. I'll finish there as it's quite a long article. It's an interesting one. I suggest you go back and listen again. Remember that our online videos form part of our overall online learning system for Turks, and you can sign up for a free conversation class at turkslearnenglish.com. Remember that we're also on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for joining us.